I've made over 35 YouTube channels over the years, and I wanted to make a little video about that. I was just talking about all of that, and wanted to say first, as I first made a channel on YouTube probably around 2006, and that first channel was called L4OJSA, or it was shortened down to be L4OJ, and it stands for Live for Only Jesus, or Love for Orange Juice, or Limitations for Only Joey, Lamentations for Only Jews, Lying for Only Jezebel, and maybe there was a few other acronyms different meanings that I had to that. Three letters, one number 4, L4OJ, and that was the name that I had around that time. And then over the years, I've had different channels, and a few of them were suspended by YouTube. The first one was in 2017. Next one was like 2018, and there may have been others, but not exactly sure. But at least those two. And some of my videos on the other channels have been possibly removed, or I'm not totally sure. But wanted to say for the record right now that I've had a bunch of channels, a bunch of accounts on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and different websites online, and I've done it off and on, and I've had this thing on my mind about why I would do things like that, and still kind of do things like that. I'm thinking like part of the reasoning, part of the thinking of making a bunch of channels on YouTube back around 2009 to 2010, 2011, mostly around those years. My thinking was, I always felt like I would be banned in the future, or at the same time I was encountering some censorship, I believe, and I think I've kind of started seeing it on the internet around that time, like especially on Facebook. There were a bunch of fan accounts of like Star Wars and Harry Potter, and it would have been no big deal if these accounts were like just Facebook pages as opposed to being accounts and profiles, but they were actual accounts as far as I can remember, and there were just a bunch of characters from movies and books, comics, things like Star Wars, and I remember befriending a bunch of these characters, and they were being my friend. Like, there were so many different Luke Skywalkers that I was adding, and they were everywhere, and some of the other most popular characters that you can imagine, and I believe that Facebook started going after them and started terminating those accounts, and there must have been thousands of these accounts, and that was happening around 2010, and I believe I encountered some censorship and on Facebook and probably other places too, and so I was thinking, okay, I better not put all my eggs in one basket, and I better be as careful as possible. And I wanted to try different things to see what would work out, and I didn't upload a lot of videos to a lot of those different channels on YouTube, and I ended up doing a bunch of other stuff in my life. I was always like doing things, and one of the things that I would do is I would just make videos and upload them, and I still do. I mean, like, I would imagine not really good videos and not really well defined videos. I guess a lot of the stuff that I would upload were vlogging videos, and they didn't really have titles to them. I didn't really explain myself, and I probably still don't to some degree. And I have been writing a bunch more since 2017. I started keeping a blog, and since 2018, keeping the blog daily, and I'm really religious about that. And I do it every single day, and sometimes a few times a day, and really dedicated to that. And I feel like there is a lot of value in that, but not so much with the videos. I'm not doing that a lot, or I wasn't for years, off and on a little bit. But I made a few videos talking about this sort of a few times over the years, but I always have in my mind that I'm gonna do it better, and I need more time to make certain videos that will explain things. And I always feel like it just takes a lot of time to get it right. And I'm the kind of guy that's mostly a perfectionist, and I want everything to be perfect. And in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, well, you better do something, and something's better than nothing, and you better just put it out there, whether it's a video or a meme or a article or a blog post or a picture or just a comment, a post, an email, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. But over the years, I've had these thoughts and ideas over the years, over the past 20 years at least. And today's my birthday, and I'm thinking about it. My 37th birthday, and what does that mean? I don't know, but I know this. I've had almost that many different channels I've made, and YouTube terminated 2 of them. One was called Ode Your Wall, and the other one was Joey Arnold VN. And when you get kicked off of YouTube, it's a little bit disappointing, to say the least, and maybe a lot more than that too. And I have my thoughts, and I've written about it, and I'm not happy about it, but that's life. But you go to Hong Kong, and you continue on. Hong Kong, it's a clown world. Hong Kong, it's a trucker's world, which globalists weren't expecting, the control freaks were not expecting. And there's a lot of power in being in that movie, V for Vendetta, and you put a mask on, but not the one they want. You put on the one that you have, that you are. That's who you are, and there's nothing better than that. And I would imagine that a lot of people have a lot of power, but they don't know it. And once you know it, you become unstoppable. But you have to declare it, and when you declare it, there's a lot of power, but it takes a lot of work too. And I'm not saying it doesn't take a lot of work, but it does take a lot of work, and you keep on going. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going, and you keep on going. Like, that's how the cookie crumbles, and it's incredible and amazing, and it's hard work, and you work hard, but you gotta believe it, and you gotta talk to people, and you gotta pray a little bit. Whether you believe in God or not doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but you got to really have the passion drive, and you gotta go, and you gotta be determined, and you gotta just go for all the marbles, all the cookies, and go for all the oatmeal, and try to rub it up, and do something like you never ever done before, and you gotta go where no man has ever gone before. Make the world greener with one oatmeal at a time. You gotta go, and you gotta cook it up, and you gotta steam it in, you gotta roll it over, and you gotta say to everyone, all the haters, all the homies out there that can't take it, you tell them to go F themselves, and you go say to the lovers out there, hey, you gotta love more, and you gotta have some meaning, and there's some value, and there's something deep inside all of it. And I'm not here to promote some kind of new age garbage, but I'm here to say that there's value in something that's deep beyond anything you could ever imagine. It's like, it's there, and it's in the back of your mind, and while you're smiling, it's there, and whether you like it or not, it's there, and it's good. And even if you don't like it, it's good. Even if you don't like yourself, even if you don't like your own smile or the people around you, you kind of do. You do like yourself, and you don't like yourself at the same time. And there's so much power in that. There's so much grace in being a part of a collective, not to be the Borg where you're slaves to the system, but where you become a part of the system because you want to be a part of the system. And when you become with the people, by the people, for the people, and you want to be a part of it, like with a trucker, as in Canada, and it is an incredible thing. And I love what's happening with the truckers, and I love what's happening with the decentralized people on the internet making things work with the other alternative social networks. And I'm posting on Hive blog, and you can upload videos to BitChute and Rumble and Odyssey, and there's all these different things happening, and it's incredible, and it's graceful, and you know, people are rising up, and people on YouTube still, and reaching out to new people, and people that I watch all the time, and I watch all these people, and all these different channels are out there making a difference on YouTube and other places too. And that's what you gotta do. You gotta go where the people are, and that's part of the inspiration that I kind of had, but not exactly. Over the years, I always wanted to reach people and stuff, and started making videos when I was turning 11 with my family, with my friends, and I was into it. You know, I was 11 years old and turning 11. I turned 11 in 96, and I grew up in Oregon. I was born in 85, and I was into it, and I was always into it for a long time, since I was very little, I would imagine, and I like it, and I think it's really cool to tell stories, and I like telling stories, and that's why I follow people. And I'm looking at my YouTube right now on my screen, and I see some of the people that I follow, like the Amazing Lucas, RT, Tim Castor, Roddick, Chris Meyer, Steven Crowder, Geeks and Gamers, and 284 others. And I just want to quickly shout out my YouTube channels about that. Not that it really matters, but in some ways it does, in some ways it doesn't. But here is a list in what should be alphabetical order, and I'm trying to imagine and remember if I have other YouTube channels that I've made over the years, and I don't know. But this is the list I have so far, and think it's 36. And that's how old I was until today, and now I'm 37, and so maybe a few others, but this is what I got in alphabetical order. This is what I got: Arnold, Attic, Billy Breaker, DGYJO. Is this like the dog or something? Get Your Joy On. 44, Gambling Forks. I Joey Arnold. Infinite Altitude, Vivo. Ironic. Mystic, Joey Arnold, Vivo. And when I say Vivo, I mean like, not Vivo Fry. I mean like, this is one of those things that was around 2010. These YouTube channels, obviously, music video channels where you have a popular musician. They would have their own Vivo channel, because I think it comes from a website, Vivo.com, I believe, or something. And so you have an artist, like, imagine like Britney Spears, and they would have their own official YouTube channel, Britney Spears Vivo. Or it may not actually be from the artist, but it was like official in a way, and had a bunch of videos and music videos, and I decided to make some channels like that with the word Vivo in it, in the username, or not, the username and the display name. And to continue with my list, after that, Joey Arnold 4, JSA Dog, JSA Mog Dog, JSA Pog Dog, L for OJ, Marilyn Cunningham TV, Marilyn Cunningham 7, Meow Mickey Moorhead, Joey Arnold 7. That's the one I'm uploading to right now. Oatmeal Vivo Oatmeal, only 15 seconds, only 5 seconds, only 30 seconds, only 2 minutes. Oreo, or original oatmeal, painting propaganda, reflection, Roberto, real life Vivo, security, salvation, Tiffany Combo, Vivo. And that's my list. And I was making all these, and perhaps it would have been better just to make different playlists or what have you, but that's kind of what I did, and made these over the years, over the course of a bunch of different years, and a lot of them came in like 2010 or something, and some of them before, some of them after, and I kind of wrote down some notes about it, but 2009, 2010, 2013, things like that, and I feel like I need all these different channels because I have all these different things that I want to upload that are all different from each other, and I feel like I want to upload like 100 videos every day kind of thing, and I felt like I couldn't just like have one style or one kind of video that I could do all the time, like one theme, and I felt like I needed to be all over the place. But then over the years I may have spread myself too thin, and I was thinking about that a lot. Sometimes I read about it, sometimes I talk about it a little bit, and perhaps I was shooting myself in the foot. Perhaps I was spreading myself too thin. Perhaps I was trying to jeopardize myself in some ways, and maybe it doesn't really matter, or maybe I'm thinking too much about it, and a variety of things, and maybe I should stop talking about it. But I will say, making videos is good if you have an audience, and if you got time, and if people like it, and and stuff. Think about all those things together, and perhaps you can do it, and perhaps you should do it. That's my advice. But that's easily said than done.